Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. We're going to talk about a new virus that was just announced, came out of fortune.com. Before I say that, I'm going to say this in the beginning, probably in the end. Are you going to be part of the problem or part of the solution? See, the problem is people buying every single thing that the government says. And I am going to destroy fear, uncertainty, and doubt and give hope to the hopeless right now. There are moves right now around the world to impoverish you, to scare you, to destroy your finances through an economic collapse, and then go to war to hide up what they did. I want to be very, very clear about that. If you understand this and you agree with what I'm saying, that there is a plan out there to do these things to you, type 1. Now, I need you to do this because I'm going to share this story with you, but I want you to understand because there's always an idiot out there that only knows how to read a headline, just like the title of a video, and go, you're just pumping fear. No, I'm the absolute opposite. I'm going to pump a bunch of hopium up the tailpipes of some people that have no idea what's going on. And so if you understand that, and you understand why it's so important to share these videos, please press 2. Now, here's the deal. This plan is going to rock millions and millions of people's financial lifestyles over the next 2 to 3 years. And again, they're going to push you to war to hide all these things. Because of the flow of information and how important it is and how fast it is now, it is even more important and imperative to get this information out to the masses now. Now, there is a new virus. I talked about the Marburg virus. I said, keep an eye out for that. Let's watch how they roll that information out. Now we've got a new one. Let's watch how they roll this out because I want people to identify the problems. Now, there's one thing that you can't change. This economic collapse is well into the 9th inning now. Get ready. We've just started. And it's already been building up since 2018. So if you here in type 3 below, and this is a real honest assessment because I would type 3. If you were blown away with how much they got away with in 2020, shutting down the world's economies, putting masks on people, put this in your body and oh, guess what? You can't even sue anyone if it kills you or hurts you. I would type 3. All right, so now you got to realize this. There are still people, and I'm going to show you a photo. This is exactly what, before we get into the virus, this is the reality. It's backwards. See right there? See this? Okay, this is the analogy I've been telling you. The New World Order is the train, and then most of society is the dumb people caring more about how they look, what they wear. Okay? They're idiots. Okay, so this is your competition. It's good news, isn't it? Type 4 if that's good news. So it's always sweet walking in and going, oh, I'm the ringer. Okay, this is easy. Here's the deal. I'm going to read this story about the virus. I'm not trying to push fear. I'm trying to wake people up. You better start taking action right now. Right now. Our country, our republic. So we don't have a republic. Is that serious? I mean, how do I word this? If we lose the middle class, the wealth of the middle class, we're done. We will be lorded over by kings and rulers that wish harm on us, okay? That ain't fear, that's the truth. It's called the normal evolution of an empire, and we are in what's called the 4th turning right now, all right? So identify, and that's why I keep putting out these stories. Oh, look, another virus they're looking, and what they're doing is they're waiting till enough people react, and they go, okay, that's the one we're gonna run with. All right, here we go. I'm going to put it down below. Now, real quick, I'm going to put those links down below for only the people that want to take action and want a legitimate plan and learn how to take action and make money right now and get ready for this real estate crash. There's 2 links for the weekend sales on both of those courses, but that's only if you're serious about getting what you want. And that's more money than you've ever had, more security than you've ever had, and an actual actionable game plan to follow, based off of my 23 years experience in both businesses, starting multiple businesses and side hustles and starting the real estate company. All right, here we go. Here is the story. This is out of Fortune. This came out like a couple hours ago. I wanted to get it to you as soon as possible. A COVID-like virus recently leaped from animals to humans, and we can expect more spillover, scientists say. Will Langia cause the next pandemic. Now, this is the second virus that has spilled over from animals to humans, just like COVID did in the last, 3 weeks since I brought you the last video. All right? All right. Again, they're using the keywords COVID to try and grab as many people, as many sheeple as they can. You know what? There's actually another picture I want to send you, show you really quick, because it's so important. Dang, where is it? Where is it? Give me one quick sec, because this really, really shows you. I can't do it right now. I'm sorry, guys. All right, here we go. So it's called Langia. As the COVID, and just so you know, there's probably somebody really smart that's going, Langia has been around for a long time. Yeah, so has COVID. Jeez, just figure out what they're doing with the narrative. As the COVID-19 pandemic threat seemingly fades into the annals of history, scientists are attempting to identify which pathogen will pose the next large-scale threat to humanity. This is fear pumping, all right? I'm just reading the story, and I'm trying to show you how they're pushing this narrative, all right? Thank you, Mo, for the super chat. Instead of a resurgence of COVID or an avian flu, it might just be the little known yet formidable Langia virus, which shares similarities with COVID, according to a new article published this month. Now, if you want to spell out Langia, because you know I've learned my lesson with how the shadow banning happens, it's spelled Langia. It says here, as with COVID initially, the virus causes fever and severe respiratory symptoms. Oh, let me also stop and tell you this. I believe in the great physician, Jesus Christ. I actually believe that I don't get sick. And every time symptoms come on that Satan wants to try and get me to say, oh man, I'm not feeling well. Oh, I must have caught this. Or I must say it. It gives him the right and authority to put it on you. So I'm telling you right now, I do not believe in this, but I do believe in taking care of yourself, maintaining proper levels of vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc. But hey, just so you know, you can't give out medical advice, even if you're a doctor on this platform, and you can't even listen to doctors. All right, that's how serious it's getting. Type 6 if you know what I'm talking about. They're changing the algorithms now that if you are a doctor that's actually giving medical advice, you're going to be put in an algorithm that's not shared. This is very serious what's going on, okay? So you can't even be a doctor and give out medical advice. You're going by, again, I'm going to show it to you again. This is very important. People get this. This. The train is called the New World Order. If I even put that anywhere in my description or anything, they put a little caption under there saying, are you sure you should be watching this video? Because this guy's talking about something he doesn't know anything about. No, George Bush talked about it. Papa Bush, the New World Order, back in 1992, and he says we're going to achieve it. No, that's what they want to do. Know your enemy, okay? And I'm telling you right now, the number one use or the reason why they can control a population is to rob them, make them penniless, scared, hungry, and then they own them. That is what needs to stop right now. You need an actionable plan to put in place. So you better start listening, and I'm not joking, to people that have been there, done that, and have been successful. Then replicate it. That's how I became successful. All right? All right, here we go. So we're talking about Langia, the new virus that's supposed to scare the piss out of you. Now, I will say this. There is a real one coming, and it's been prophesied for many, many years. There is a real one coming. I do not feel personally that any of this is. But the second I do, and I will be constantly watching for that, I would say something. All right? Okay. It wasn't the first time a Henipavirus, the family Langia belongs to, has jumped to people, and it won't be the last, researchers warn. Ariel Isaacs, a researcher at the School of Chemistry and Molecular Biosciences at University of Queensland in Australia, said humanity is at an important juncture. You also have to watch who pays these scientists to write these reports. It's very important. You can follow the money and you can see what they're motivated by, okay? Type 10 if you know what I'm talking about. There are special interest groups that pay new and even around the block researchers to write reports to follow a certain guideline to cause the reader to become fearful or go down a certain path. Very important. It always comes down to money. All right? If you agree with my thoughts that you need to start taking action now, take action now. Type it in the comments. I start wanting this on your lips with everyone. Take action now. Take action now. How would you have liked it if you would have taken action during the bottom of the Great Recession? That was a planned event. Okay. It says here, let's do some more fear porn right here, okay? But it's not to be feared. You're supposed to see this, identify it for what it really is, propaganda, and take action now. It says it's important we understand the inner workings of these emerging viruses, he said in a news release about the research. See, they got to have a news release about the research too. Here's what we know about the relatively new to humans virus with the potential to cause a global health emergency. See, they're hitting all these words. They're hitting them all. So I want to be the first one to tell you this may be the one, not the real one that's going to hurt people, the one that are people that people fear and put their masks on, and all of a sudden there's no medicine and all this kind of stuff, okay? Check this out. There's a super chat from Mike. I'm celebrating my birthday today and happy birthday, Mike. Everyone say happy birthday to Mike below. I'm taking advantage of everyone being together to tell them about this. We're all believers, but are split down the middle on the COVID matters. Pray for me. You want to know why? It's because we watched the church fall in line with fear. Do you know what you need to fear? Two things. First off, the fear of God. It says in the Bible that the fear of God is the beginning of understanding, because you understand when you understand that he created you. Just like your mom used to say, or dad said, brought you into this world, I could take you out. Negative. That's God's right to say. The second fear that you need to fear is fear itself. Because if you fear something, it paralyzes you. Walk up out of fear. Get out of it. It's not your calling. Fear God, just like I fear God more than I fear getting shut down or fear a comment or any of that stuff. I fear God more than I fear man. Type 11 if you agree with that. Now here we go. Let's get back to the fear, okay? The fear porn that we're supposed to believe, but I'm telling you right now, take action now. Get ready. If it's not this, it's going to be something else, and they're going to try and get us into war. So it says, now, do I believe this is like a real virus? Yeah. Can you get sick? Yeah. Do I believe it's going to take over the world and kill everyone? Nope. I'm telling you that. That's just what I believe, though. But hey, I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a financial professional. I'm not a professional of anything, except I'm a professional firefighter. I am an investor that's made a good clip of money over the last 23, 25 years of my life in all kinds of different aspects, but you can't really call me an expert. Who can call people an expert? Who gives someone the right to call another person an expert? All right. It says right here, henipaviruses are the most lethal of paramonoxoviruses, killing around 70% of those who contract them. The first two henipaviruses identified in humans were Nympha virus, first seen in pigs in Malaysia and Singapore in the late 1980s. And the Hendra virus, first noted in racehorses and humans in Australia in 1994. Interesting. Pigs, fruit bats, cats, dogs, horses, and humans are natural carriers of these type of viruses. So far, cases of Hendra virus have been limited to Australia. Nympha, however, has posted a greater problem. Additional outbreaks in Bangladesh and India in the early 2000s caused by a different strain of this virus. So what you're witnessing right now as I bring you this news story out of Fortune, and again, the title of this is a COVID-like virus recently leaped from animals to humans, and we can expect more spillover. That's a long title. It's even longer than that, but they want to hit all these fear, scary things, all right? So I titled my video in a way to reach the most amount of people, to tell them they're trying to scare you. They're trying to collapse the markets. They're trying to bring us to war, to hide what they're doing. And we will not allow it. The finances of the middle class are on a pivotal hinging precipice, for lack of better terms. Nations, governments, and wealthy people around the world know this fact. If we take the money from the middle class, we will run the entire country and eventually the world. That's what they want. My hope, my prayer for you is that you take action now. You start saving, you start investing, you start looking at your personal portfolios. What can you do right now to get ready for this massive inflation wave, this subsequent collapse in the banking system? As all of these loans are drying up, these banks are closing their doors. I have so much news to share, it's insane. There's so much more to share. There is a company right now closing all of its checking accounts. I've got to get that out in a couple of hours. There is so much happening, it's hard to stay up. And I probably post more videos than anybody on YouTube every single day. I think I averaged 3 to 4 videos a day for the last 3 years. I've taken 7 days off. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm having the time of my life. Why? Because I get to hear your testimonies of you moving, you doing something, you paying off a credit card, a car, a house, you starting a business. You're now making $100,000 extra a year. You're crushing it. Why? Because you see it. You see what they're doing to you. Type the number 88 if you have made lifetime changes in the last 3 years by seeing this channel. And it's not because of me, it's because the words resounded in you and you knew you had to take action. And all of a sudden you're living a higher level of financial independence and freedom. And for once, you've got more in going for you right now than you did in the past, because you're starting to see what's happening. You're starting to see what they're trying to push out on you. Type 88. And the reason why I want 88 is because it's infinity, right? And it's completion. You have to make a change. And once you make that change, you've now completed that part of your life and you are now moving forward. Look, I will tell you this. I first want to thank the 23% of people that have hit the thumbs up button. I also put out those sales on those courses because I want everybody to be able to not only afford it, and I can tell you this, I guarantee you finish those, you're going to walk away not only saving 10 times more than it cost you at cost, you'll make 100 times. You'll make 100x on that if you put those principles to work and you actually do it. Because all of those courses, all of those lessons came from mistakes I either made or lessons I learned from multimillionaires and even a couple of billionaires. And I'm telling you right now, they work. They worked for me. They can work for you. And I want to have a party. I want to only know the most successful people around the world. Take action now. Type it below. I hope you have a great day. The ninja is out.